Hey, I'm Anthony from bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com. Welcome. In this video we will explore a very profound question, and it's about whether to place the thumb wrapped around the neck or to play with the thumb behind the neck. And it's a really good question that a lot of beginners to intermediate players struggle with, because you see a lot of players play with the thumb wrapped around the neck, but then other guitarists say you can never play with the thumb wrapped around the neck. So the question here is whether to use this or this approach. And really the solution, or the answer better, is to have both approaches and to know where it is best to use the thumb wrapped around the neck and where it's best to use the thumb behind the neck. And if we will look at first at the approach with the thumb behind the neck, you can see that you won't see it from your point of view, because my thumb is like a crooked banana, like behind the neck, and it's really loose when I place it there, so there shouldn't be too much strain here. But in this approach we will be using more complex scales here with the left hand. So whenever I'm playing here with the left hand, complex fingerings, when I need a lot of stretch in my hands and I'm using the pinky a lot, I'm using the thumb behind the neck. And you can see here that I use a lot of stretch here and the 3-note per string patterns, for example. So my thumb is wrapped around the neck, and it's almost impossible, unless you have like twice my hand size of hands, to place your thumb wrapped around the neck and then have the same stretch here on the left hand, on the fretting hand, the fretting hand. So if I have my thumb wrapped around the neck, you can see that my fingers are closer together. So why would we want to use this other approach with the thumb wrapped around the neck? Because this approach is used by a lot of blues and rock guitar players, and other styles as well, metal to even some jazz and other styles. So why would we use this approach here if we have more technical abilities in our left hand with the thumb wrapped around the neck? So that's also a great question, and the answer depends on what kind of technique that you're playing at the moment. So if you're playing with the right hand on all the strings, but here you're muting some of the strings, which is called left hand muting technique, then we will be using the thumb wrapped around the neck, because we need the thumb to mute some of the strings. And of course the thumb muting that we're doing here with the left hand can also be replaced with one of the fingers. So for instance, you could mute all the strings with the index finger here and then play with the other fingers. But especially in blues guitar playing, where we need a lot of subtleties like the bendings and the vibrato, we need the thumb here also, because when you're bending a string, we will be using the thumb as a point of rotation here. So that's why, also the same thing with vibrato, because vibrato actually is a series of bends placed one after another in a rapid succession. So we need the thumb here if we want to use the bending. But if we play more technical things, you can see that my thumb starts to disappear more and more behind the neck. So that's a really quick answer to the question whether to use the thumb or not wrapped around the neck when you play guitar. And in the comment section you can also let me know what kind of thing you prefer. If you have another approach, or maybe you have another opinion to this question, or you have something to share, please let us know in the comment section. And if you like the video, also check out the website at bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com, where you have a lot of free resources you can download. So I wish you a great practice time with all of these tips. Hope you appreciate the channel, and we'll see each other in the next video then.